The sea covers over 2/3 of the planet's surface. Yet we know more about space and the universe than we do about our own oceans. Between the states of Connecticut and New York is the Long Island Sound, a naturally protected channel into New York City used for over hundreds of years. The Sound's rich maritime history has played a significant role in the growth of our country. Join us as we explore its unsung residents and its forgotten history. Hello everybody, this is Captain Dennis with Squalus Marine Divers. We're headed out today. We wanted to go someplace, but we couldn't go there because there were some guys fishing on the site that we wanted to dive. So we're going to go check out something else that we had some numbers on a couple years ago. And again, we really didn't plan on being here today. When we first got in the water, from looking at the sonar imagery, we thought that this was a pile of rocks. So we're going to go down and investigate this site and see what we can see. As we get down to the bottom, you can see the visibility is not the greatest, and the current's moving pretty good here. The first thing we encounter is this big piece of wood, big timber. And you can see there's these little holes that are drilled. There's one on the bottom. There it is. Kind of keep moving around. There's another one on the left of the timber. So this is definitely a piece of wood that's been worked on. And all this compressed shell is pretty important. There's also pieces of coal in here. So we're going to keep following this. Clean it off a little bit. You can see here that the worms really get at the wood. And it's pretty amazing that it's still here. There's a little hole we were talking about earlier. You can also see just how easy it is to silt out a dive, but luckily we've got that strong current and it just takes it away rather quickly. There's some squid eggs rolling by, also gives you a good indication on the current. There's another piece that was sticking out that we decided to follow. The first one was the dead end, so we found another timber, and we're going to follow that one. You can see this is a decent fishing spot. Somebody's already been here for fishing. And again, this shell is important. All the little white pieces of shell on the bottom. What happens is in strong current, the shells will get caught up in the shipwreck and start to accumulate. Why is that important? Because when you go one way and you have 2 feet of visibility and you get in the soft mud, you want to follow those shells and you get closer and closer to the wreck. Now over here, there's some ropes and it feels like there's like canvas or some kind of, almost like a bag underneath this mud. We're going to continue to move west. We get into these lines. This piece looks interesting. If you see anything that you recognize, feel free to contact us because we're just pawing around here in the mud. Again, you can see as we pull this, the whole bottom moves, so there's definitely something attached to that line. Here we come across something really interesting, which I think is the boiler, which is pretty big. This is definitely not a pile of rocks. And we are on the wrong side of the boiler in regards to current. This is probably, I'd say, 6 to 8 foot diameter. Little piece on the side just protruding off. Try and clean that off again, get a better look at it. That orange, it's either steel or iron. Let's get some of the growth off of it. Just give a look-see down underneath, see if there's anything caught down low. And off to the left is a big piece of metal. I'm going to go back to the boiler here. After that cleaned off, you can see it's definitely not a rock. And as we move north a little bit, you can see there's more coal down here on the bottom. So as we get closer to that big bar, that big piece of iron, here you can see there's some more stuff coming up off the bottom. Lots of stuff, big stuff. It's possible this could be the engine that has fallen over, goes up pretty high. Or this is actually the side of the ship still here. As you can see, again, this does come up pretty high. I'd say maybe about 8-9 feet off the bottom. Come around the front of it. A lot of lines caught in it. That could be anything. And it comes up pretty high, and these are some pretty decent ropes. I don't know if they're original, but there's a lot down here. Oh, look at that. There's a plate. And a lot of plates have maker's marks on the bottom of the plates to let you know the age and the manufacturer, where it's from sometimes. And of course, it's broken and it's never there. Look around here, these big pieces of wood. This is all behind the boiler. There's the boiler. The current hits it and digs it out. Here you can see, as we get a little closer, that little white thing. Clean that up a little bit, and of course it's broken. Little teacup. Clean it off a little bit, get a better look at it. And a whole bunch of coal in this little piece. And then this happened. I was totally not expecting that. So we made our way back up to the boat, stopped filming because that was now priority 1 to bring the bell back up. So we got it back and we cleaned it off a little bit, did the best we could, but it really needs to soak. So here are the measurements. And we're able to get some of the shine back here. You can see after a little scrubbing. It's either brass or bronze. And she weighs about 15 pounds. And as of right now, there is no name on the bell. Unfortunately, we don't have that information yet. Well, we hope you enjoyed today's dive. This is our 93rd dive video. So if you're interested, you could dive with us some more at squalusmarine.com, or you can follow us on Facebook. We'd also like to thank our friends at New England Dive Center in Wallingford, Connecticut for the nitrox for today's dive. Be sure and check them out at nedive.com. We'll see you on the next dive. I'm Captain Dennis.